Welcome to Steps to the Stage Drama Department, a 7th Street Theater podcast featuring local area Inland Empire Schools Drama Department. And now your host, Giorgio Haddad.
Welcome to Steps to the Stage Drama Department. I am your host, Giorgio Haddad, and I'm here in Ayala High School. And so we're going to start off with the crew here.
Hello, my name is Aiden Kitavis.
Hi, I'm Carly Welsh.
And I'm Madeline Sherritt, also known as Miss S.
Awesome, and welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
us.
So let's start with you, Aiden. What is your position or your job in the theater department here?
Oh, I'm the technical director, so I manage a lot of the crew and the behind the scenes of the show, like the set or like a lot of the tech stuff as well.
Awesome. And what about you, Carly?
So I'm the assistant director or co-assistant director.
Sweet.
And we basically just kind of corral people, tell people when it's time to be quiet, what we're moving on to next. And then in the show, we get to kind of lead with the scenes. And that's probably my favorite part is the acting.
Awesome. And Mrs. S?
So I am just overseeing all of it. I got the pleasure of interviewing these two directors. So I get to select the students that are in the production. I oversee the marketing for the show, ticket sales, set, sound, lighting design. I get to work with the cast and the crew. I have learned more about set builds than probably any other aspect of tech over the last few years out of forced necessity, not necessarily desire. But my job is basically just to be here to facilitate all the aspects of the show that the kids put together, the students put together. So while I oversee it, I don't actually have a full hand in everything, just a little pinky.
Awesome.
And then the kids are really responsible for making everything happen.
That is so cool to hear. So you would say the students are the ones running the show here and you're just supervising.
Definitely the drivers of the program. I mean, there are students that know how to do things that I don't even know how to do. So like our light board and our soundboard, the students are so much better trained on those things than I am. My attention gets split between a lot of different things. Mm-hmm. So I have to rely on the kids a lot to be able to make everything happen. You can hear my kids in the background. I mean, they're here with us every day from 3:30 to 5:30. So my attention's everywhere. So I put a lot of trust in the kids. And honestly, they've deserved a lot of the trust. They deserve it all. So
awesome. That is so great that you build so much trust in your students as well as in yourself, and that you learn something from what you just told me right now. And when did you start deciding to become, I'm going to become a theater director and I'm going to start getting into all this new, stage and performing arts stuff?
I would love to say it was a decision, but it kind of fell into my lap. I interviewed to be an English teacher here on campus. Wow. And in the middle of my interview, they asked me if I had any background or experience in theater or drama. And I was in theater in high school. I did 1 year of stagecraft where I primarily worked with a light board, but those have come a long way in 10 years. So I don't know how to do anything that I knew how to do in high school other than act. So the directing has come fairly naturally, but even that, I'm kind of just making it up as I go. I'm going off of the one theater teacher that I had in high school. Sort of, I feel like I'm cosplaying as a theater teacher most of the time. But it wasn't really a decision that I made. I'm very lucky that it came to me when it did. I think I've had a lot of growth in theater in the last few years. And so I'm still kind of figuring it out.
You're still kind of figuring it out. Hey, I mean, that is really, really good. Yeah. And I'm assuming you have some more memorable shows and you had a lot of fun memories with all the students you had.
Yeah. It's been one of those surprises in your career. You don't get so many of them where something just falls into your lap and you're not prepared for it, but it prepares you. And this has definitely been the case. And all of the difficulty is made a lot easier by the fact that the kids are so great and they are so eager to learn and to contribute. And that's been an absolute joy for me.
That sounds amazing. It's like, that's your calling. That's your destiny right there. They just said, hey, you got theater experience? You're like, I got a year. Yeah. And they're like, you know what? You're hired.
Yeah, definitely. It's I don't know if they knew what they were doing. I don't think they knew what they were doing when they hired me, but it's worked out, I think, for the most part.
Yeah.
Well, you've been doing a great job from what I've heard, and I bet Carly and Aiden are very honored to have you as their teacher.
That's kind to hear, but I know they're pressured. They feel pressured to say so, but no, it's they in particular, these two in particular, are such excellent additions to the program. Carly has like a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the acting side and has become very adept with the technical side as well. And Aiden is brand new to theater. I mean, he was in introduction to theater at the beginning of the school year and is now in our upper level performance and production class. He came in like full steam ahead, just like full speed running. So it's been really fun to watch both of them grow in their own individual interests. And then to watch them transform into leaders in the program, like that's such a joy for me to be able to see them. So I feel very lucky to have them in the program.
That is so sweet. And I'm glad that you're enjoying it as you go. And I bet you do miss your students when they do graduate and move on.
It's hard. It's a hard thing. It's a weird thing, too, because every year there's like a batch of students that you adore, and then they graduate. And then there's a new batch of students, and all of them get to watch my kids grow up. Like Cooper's playing with Carly right now in the background. Like they become part of my family. It's so
it gets bittersweet.
Yeah. And this is a particularly odd situation for me because this school year, I'm graduating the seniors that came in when I took over the program. So they were freshmen when I got the job.
Wow.
And now they are graduating.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I was pregnant with Cooper when I took over newly pregnant with Cooper when I took over the program. So like, it's just a weird, I mean, I feel like they're such a huge part of my kids' life. They're a huge fixture in my family's life.
Absolutely.
Like, they're here with my kids every day. Like it feels like family. And so I'm going to have a hard time, I think, this school year. It's going to be really tough to send this group off, but I'm doing it with full confidence, knowing that they are ready for the world. I just hope the world's ready for them.
That is amazing. And I bet for your students as well, that is very relieving to hear coming from their teacher as well. Yeah, I appreciate you, bringing us all into your story on when you started and how your kids are a part of something so great and so big, as well as, your theater family. A question for Aiden. When you joined, did you know what you were going to do? Or were you more of just like, I'm going to see how it goes and we're going to see where I land?
It's really funny because I kind of flipped a coin on what I was going to do at the beginning of the year when we were choosing classes, and it landed on theater. So I didn't really know what I was getting myself into because I didn't know anybody else in theater. Like a lot of the people that I met this year are like entirely new to me in my life.
Ah, I see. So how does it feel being, in the technical aspect of this theater program?
It's been an interesting ride. I mean, I started out in theater this year with their like fall play, and I was literally just a part of crew. But before I even joined crew, I was like, I feel like I'm gonna have like a really fun time here. It's like a lot of new things for me, especially since like theater is so new. Like directing people was quite a challenge, but I mean I'm having fun so far, so I think I kind of like it.
Awesome. What do you think you have learned from the theater program? What is one thing you're like, you know what, I could definitely implement this thing in my life in the future after I get out of here?
Oh, I did not know how to use a drill or any construction tools before I got into this program, and then I left this program like knowing how to use a drill for once in my life.
That's a big deal. Not a lot of people ever learn how to use a drill, so that's huge.
True.
Awesome. So were you scared at first? Or you're like, this is awesome. Like I like drilling stuff.
Honestly, yeah, I had to like when we were building the set for the fall play, I was kind of having a lot of fun because especially since they just gave me the tools and I was like, okay, sure, I'll do it.
And I think that was one of the things about Aiden that was so impressive is that a lot of people, when you throw them into a situation where there's this whole new set of skills, they're very hesitant to just jump right in. But Aiden was like, sure, let's do it. And not only was he sure, let's do it, he was sure, let's do it. And let's do this too, and let's do this too, and let's do this too. Like he had all these ideas. So it wasn't just that he was ready and willing. He was like excited about it. So that's rare. That's a hard thing to find among teenagers, high school students, is the even though I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just going to jump in and I'm going to make the best of it. Like that's really rare.
The first time I met Aiden, like actually had a conversation with him. Well, not a conversation, but I was in the middle of a breakdown. We were in the middle of Tech Week for the fall play. Someone had taped with Scotch tape a bottle cap onto a wine bottle.
Oh my goodness.
There was liquid inside. It was spilling. I was freaking out. We had like a couple of days till opening, which that's a whole nother story. But I was freaking out. I went into the wings. Help, somebody help. Like, I don't know what to do. And it's like, calm down. I got you. Don't worry. I'll fix it. Just go back on stage. You're okay. You got it. And I was like, who is this guy? He's so sweet. Like, you calmed me down instantly. From then on, I was like, okay, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
He's the emotional support around here, so I've heard.
Yeah. He's a rock, definitely. And so it was very when he expressed interest in being a director for the show, it was like a very easy decision. And he's new in the program, so we kind of need some, like every now and then you get a little stagnant, a little stale.
Yeah.
You kind of get set in your ways and everyone kind of falls into very specific roles. So it's always really fun to watch someone new come in and shake things up. And then you watch how different ideas create such like a kind of a beautiful variety.
Yeah. Sweet. And I'm glad. I mean, congratulations also for being doing the technical stuff too, because a lot of people, they normally like, oh, I'm going to work for it, but it's like he was born into the role of it.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's great. And Carly, when did you join? What year did you join this theater program?
Yes, I joined my sophomore year. I've done theater with 7th Street for a while. Took a gap during COVID, but when I finally came back to theater my sophomore year, I joined Intro to Theater and went back and did Newsies at 7th Street.
Sweet.
So, like, that year, it was fun to be in that class. And even though it was, like, the basics, just, I don't know, having you as a teacher, like, pushing myself even more, and then also being noticed in that intro class, it felt, like, it gave me confidence in myself that I really needed at the time.
Right.
And though I didn't join the shows at the time, I watched them, and I realized, like, how talented these kids are at Ayala Theater, and it made me really want to get involved.
That's sweet. And I guess, straight up, it just went up from there.
Yes.
Carly,
Yes.
I went and saw Carly in Newsies.
Oh, yes.
When she was at that, I remember thinking, because she said she felt noticed, which is funny, because I remember thinking when I went and saw Newsies, like, I should have moved her up to P&P. What was I thinking? Like, she is such a good actress. And it was so fun to see her in that role because, it's hard when you're an intro to theater class. You're with a lot of kids there that are taking the class just for the visual performing arts credit.
Very much so. Yeah.
And so sometimes I feel like you kind of lose some of the better students because they get paired up with students that don't really want to be there. I'm sure that happened to everyone that's ever been in intro.
Yes.
And definitely to Carly.
Yes.
But when I saw her in Newsies, I was like, oh my gosh. And I knew that she was auditioning for P&P, and I was like, she's like shoo-in, like so in. And her first year in P&P last year, it was high chaos because, I mean, it always is, but she was always like the two things that the thing that these two have in common is that they're both calm in the storm. Like, they are just focused on getting things done.
Yeah.
My kids are they're the calm in the storm. They're focused on getting things done. They're not worried about what's not going well. They're just focused on what they can do to make it go better. Right. And when you're the sole adult in the room, it is so comforting to know that you've got kids that are just squared away. They're just self-sufficient.
Yeah.
It's a fine line. It's like a razor's edge between I want to give them responsibility And I'm also still the adult in the room. Like, I don't want them to have to deal with stress that's not meant for them.
Right.
And we walk that razor's edge. Like, we really do like teeter sometimes on they're very stressed. But these two are always, the other thing that I love about them is they're always so vocal when it's like, this is too much. Like, we got to pull back a little bit.
They're very honest.
Yeah. And in such a respectful and mature way. It's so professional, the way they communicate, like, this is what the students need. So I think it's just been the show has been so good because I have such good leaders in these positions. And the other directors of the show, Brooke Asparo and Vanessa Guo and Genevieve, I'm worried I'm going to say Genevieve's last name wrong, but Genevieve Mladenov, I think is how you say it.
I think that's correct.
Kennedy Towns, like, they're all so good at their individual tasks.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and they get along. They're nice to the people they work with. That's also hard to find in a student director. Someone where the power doesn't go to their head. Like, that's a huge thing. So this show has been this has just been so excellent working with them. They're so great. They're so much fun.
Right.
They've got such good ideas. So.
They're the calm in the storm.
Yeah,
Calm in the
absolutely.
storm for sure. And speaking of assistant directing, Carly, you're assistant directing a show that you guys are doing very, very soon. If you guys would let us in on what show and what's the details.
Yeah, take it away.
We are doing Six the Musical.
Whoa!
Oh my gosh, who knew? Yes.
Yes.
Very excited.
Aiden, tell us about the show.
Oh, okay. Like what the show is?
Yeah, tell us what the show's about.
Oh, so it's about the 6 ex-wives of Henry VIII. They've gotten together to form a band, and they're going to have a little competition to see who will be the leader of the band.
Yeah, who has the most trauma wins, basically.
Yeah, it's a fun show. I think it's one of the coolest musicals out there right now. It's a rock concert and a pop concert, and it's also this like really profound glimpse behind the curtain of these women in history whose identities have really been reduced to who they were married to. And so the show is about taking back the narrative, being more than who you're in a relationship with, more than the people you're associated with, and establishing your own identity.
Yeah.
So I don't know, for me that's been really fun to put together, a show that is super empowering to female voices and the female narrative, and to have a cast that's mostly female while we're doing that. We've got excellent guys in the cast, like so stellar. It is a very special treat for me to be able to work with women who I think this story is for, and a message that I think really resonates with a lot of them.
100%, and I agree. And if I'm not mistaken, 6 just got on MTI just to get.
Yeah.
Yes, Concord. We got it on Concord theatricals, and it's brand new. It's really hard to get, and so we feel very, very fortunate that they licensed the show to us.
Congratulations!
Thank you. It's a huge deal. Like we were fingers crossed for this one. Like, we really, really wanted to do this show. We have the talent for it. We were able to kind of work some fun little surprises into the show. A little. It's obviously because it's the teen version. It's different from the Broadway
Right.
But these two in particular. I mean, they've added so many little Easter eggs, little surprises for the audience. So, and the set's amazing. Like, everything about it is just, it's killer. It's coming together so well.
Awesome. And I mean, that show, I've heard a lot of buzz circling around the show because right when it got released, a lot of my friends were like, oh my gosh, 6 just got released. Like, I hope my school does that. Yeah. And I was like, oh, well, you know what? It just released. I highly doubt any school is going to do it. When I found out that you guys were going to do it, I was actually shocked. I was like, Ayala's doing 6? Really?
We had the same reaction. We're like, we're doing 6? Yeah.
I bet that feels so good because they're like, what shows are you doing? Oh, we're doing 6, the new one that just got released.
Yeah, it is. I think that's also, there's a challenge in that. In a lot of the other shows that we've done in the past, we've been able to watch other productions of it. You can access other people's interpretations of things like set and light design. But for this one, we're kind of in the dark.
Yeah, especially like the teen version. We got to change it up.
Yeah.
A lot. There's a lot of different
Yeah, the lyrics, like there's a lot of themes in the show that are a little more adult, the Broadway version, so the teen version, the kids are kind of working with like, well, how do we translate the message with
make it funny.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's been fun. They've been doing a good job too. The script, the script changes in the teen version, like how do we make this land with an audience the same way that we feel it lands in the Broadway version? Yeah. And they've done an excellent job with that.
Awesome. And Aiden and Carly, what was your guys' first reaction once you announced that you guys are going to do 16 edition?
I was shocked. I mean, like, I didn't believe it. Like, I think we had guessed because Miss S was like, "Oh, I'm gonna reveal the musical soon." So we were guessing, like, like.
Oh, sorry. I'm telling my kids.
Boys are being
keep going.
They're the special guest on the show as well.
They are the extra special guests.
Keep going.
Just, costume closet. Well, it's also our changing room. But that kind of gossip, like, "Oh, I wonder what it's going to be." We thought, like, maybe, like, 6 has the... Whoa. 6 had been thrown out as maybe a guess, but everyone shut it down. Like, no, there's no way. No way we'd do that. And then when it got announced, we were just like, I don't think we had time to process it. Like, we never got over processing it. It's still insane that we're doing it.
I bet the smile on Mrs. S's face was like, oh, they're going to love this for sure.
You know what's funny is I was like, oh, everyone will lose their minds over this because in my mind, I'm thinking, an ensemble and, and everyone else is like, there's only 6 leads in that show. Like, how are we going to put on a show with just 6 people in it? Like, are we going to triple cast it? Like, how are you going to get as many people in as possible? And so sometimes it's really hard to translate the vision that I have for a show to the kids so that they're like, this is something for me. And I think when I try to do that on my own, it falls flat. Yeah. When I rely on the kids for their input, like how would you do it? Like, what do you need in order to be like enthusiastic about this? Yeah. They always come up with these really great ideas. And a lot of our most fun little Easter eggs came from the kids, like the students' ideas. So
the brainstorming in this whole project here.
It's impressive to me because you get in your head that like I'm the adult in the room. Yeah. I'm the one that should be making the decisions. Yeah. And then when you release the reins a little bit, you're like, oh, never mind. I don't need to be here. I'm literally just chaperoning their genius in progress. So it's really fun to watch them come up with these ideas. And we sit at my desk and we're like, oh, okay, I love that. That's beautiful. That's perfect. It's honestly one of the reasons that Aiden got moved up to P&P. It's because after I announced the musical, he was at my desk every day in intro, like, what if we did this? Oh, yeah. I have this idea. What if we tried this? You know the part where it's like this? And every single one, I was like, exactly what I had in mind. Like, perfect. Excellent. Perfect.
These ideas are so good.
Yeah. I was like, it's like you crawled inside of my brain. Like, this is excellent. So fun.
So I have a question that I rarely ask on this show, and maybe if you're allowed to answer it, you can, but other than 6, what were the options that you had for the musical?
Ooh, I want to know this.
Yeah, so other than 6, what musicals were you like, well, maybe we should do this one? And I know, because most theater teachers are like, I don't like revealing this because it might be the year after's musical. Yeah. But let us in on the tea.
Okay, so I actually made the decision to do 6. Like, that was the original idea, was when we were casting Mamma Mia. We did Mamma Mia last year. Yeah. And I had students audition for Mamma Mia, and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I might have enough vocalists next year to do 6. So it was very early on in my brain. I almost didn't even think about any other musicals before that. Yeah. But I was like, well, I'll keep it on the back burner. I need to keep my options open. Right. So I did consider West Side Story. But there are some technical challenges with that show, right? And I am very cognizant and conscientious of the fact that if there's a show that's kind of based around subjects, like the characters have to fit into certain categories, like the racial aspect of that show. Yeah. I also don't want to create, like, I think you can go the exact opposite way. I don't want to create like racial dynamics in the show. So that one kind of quickly went out the door. I love the story. I love the idea, but I was like, oh, I think that's a tough one for us to put together. I have considered, but it will never happen. I just don't think we'll ever have the wherewithal to put it on.
Remember, guys, maybe she might be throwing you guys off, so keep that in mind.
Into the Woods was one that I had considered. But it's and I'm sure the kids would lose their minds, but it's such a hard show to do. And then the last one that I had thought about, but this was supposed to be our musical the first year that I taught.
Okay.
Before we switched it to a spring play, was Footloose. So I had thought about Footloose. I did Footloose in high school.
Yeah.
So it's one that I'm familiar with. But I was like, ooh, very pregnant at the time.
Yeah.
Didn't think that we were going to. So I was like, oh, well, I'll bring back Footloose. And it just, I don't know, it didn't feel right. I was like, 6 always kind of stayed at the forefront.
Yeah.
Because I thought the licensing was going to be hard. I was like, this is kind of a pipe dream musical. Like, I don't know if we'll be able to do it.
Right.
But
So as future musicals come along, do you think? So you said Footloose will never happen.
I don't think Into the Woods will ever
Into
happen.
the Woods,
Yeah.
West Side Story. But what about Footloose? Would you ever consider, like, you know what? I'm gonna definitely.
It's such a
implement it.
fun show. And like I think one of the things that I liked about 6 that I also like about Footloose is that the music is kind of, my children are just running amok in the background. The music in Footloose is kind of genre bending.
Right,
like
right.
it's kind of rock and roll, a little more modern. It's popular. So I like that aspect of it. I like being able to put students in roles that they resonate with. And so I like the high school student cast of that. And then I also really like the message behind Footloose, like that things aren't always as they appear.
Yeah.
You know, that even when you're young, you have a voice, you can make a difference, you can make a change.
Right.
You can get involved in, your community and have a positive impact. So I love that. So I'm totally open to doing Footloose. I have a
Sweet.
musical in mind for this upcoming school year.
But it cannot be revealed.
It has been selected.
Oh, already.
It has been picked, but the kids can't know about it
Not
yet.
even a hint. Not even like the worst
should get
hint
a little
possible.
early access.
Maybe a hint. Maybe a hint.
Tiniest hint.
Yes.
If I gave any hint, I think you would know what it is.
Is it really that obvious?
Give a color. Let's give a.
Someone asked me this in P&P today, and I came up with a color loosely. I mean, it's definitely not
One of the main colors. One of the main. If you don't feel like you want to reveal it, that is
the
totally
color
fine.
that I thought of when I think of this musical, although I don't think it's unique to the musical.
Right.
It's just a color I think of.
Okay.
Is red.
I think I know what it is.
Do you?
Is it kind of new? Would you say it's kind of new? I'm not gonna guess it because
No. It's not new.
did it get released anytime last year?
No.
Really? So it's pretty old.
Yeah.
Pretty old.
Oh.
So yeah, sorry. I thought it was Hadestown for a minute.
You know, that's what
my
the kids ask me.
Oh,
No.
I thought it was Hadestown. That was gonna be my next question. I was like, would you ever do Hadestown here?
I don't know much about Hadestown. I was just having this conversation. I know that it is, correct me if I'm wrong, about Greek myth.
yes.
But I don't know. The kids always make fun of me because they always like blast the musical theater songs. I'm more of like a play girl, not a musical theater girl. I'm getting more and more into it. Again, this fell
So
into
you're
my-
familiar with our town?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
Yes,
Now
our
we're
town. We're
talking.
doing the Crucible, and it's my favorite. I love the Crucible. So we're doing
relationship
the
with
Crucible.
the Crucible. Never break that bond.
I love the Crucible. We're doing it in intro right now.
Oh, you
and
guys are already
it's-
starting that?
Yes, and it's fabulous. It's so much. When people say they don't like the Crucible, I'm like, why? You don't understand the significance. It's just, I love the storytelling of plays, but I'm starting, again, inching into musical theater.
Right.
Okay.
When I was in theater in high school, I did one musical. That's it. Because I have no dancing ability, and yet I was in Footloose. It's a wild irony there, but I'm trying to get more into the musicals. I loved Mamma Mia. So fun. I think I'm following a pattern a little bit.
Yeah. You're trying
Music,
to like
yeah.
gradually
Yeah.
go into it.
Yeah, the music that I'm familiar with, the jukebox musical, I love that.
Sweet.
So
And speaking about 6, are the tickets out or are they available to be for purchase?
they are on sale. Yes.
Awesome.
I think we're adding the QR code to our website as we speak.
Yay.
But the
Awesome.
flyers are up.
So the website, you can access it.
Yes.
Can you tell us the URL for the
Yes,
website?
it's ayalatheater.org, and it's theater spelt the British way, R-E
We're
instead of
fancy.
E-R.
Wow, adding a little fancy to it.
Everything else is ER. It's just the website. We don't want to change the URL.
Awesome.
We don't want to pay to change
No, just
it.
Ayala Theater is high class.
Yeah,
that's
very,
what it is.
definitely. We use all the best materials in our build.
The most royal of them all.
We use the newest lights, the newest microphones.
We do.
Everything about our program is very posh and very streamlined. Not half of our set is made of cardboard. That would be a wild.
That would be an insane thing to
That
say.
would be crazy to say that half of our set is cardboard and foam.
No.
No.
It looks too real. Come on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too real.
The bricks look like real bricks because they are.
Yeah.
They are real bricks. So not foam.
We had stone imported from the river banks, the Thames. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is, if you guys are listening, this is another reason why you guys should see 6. Look at that. Imported goods.
Yeah.
And from my understanding, what I heard is that you guys have transformed the whole multi-purpose room into what is now the quote-unquote theater.
Yes.
And I have seen, and it looks absolutely stunning. So give us more like info and intel on the multi-purpose room. How did you guys kind of overcome we have to get through this or that, but it's not a theater, but it's a multi-purpose room.
Yeah. You know what's funny? When I first walked, so Robert Davis is the choir teacher here on campus. And the kids are walking around outside singing. They're practicing their breath control right outside this room. That's so funny. So when I first walked in, Robert Davis was like showing me everything. And I was like, where's the theater? He's like, this is the theater. I'm like, this is an NPR. He's like, no, this is the theater. I was like, oh no, what are we going to? But it actually translates really well because we can transform the space
to
into
anything.
whatever that we want, like whatever we want.
Yeah.
So it starts in the lobby. Tell us about our lobby design for the show.
Yes.
Ooh, so you just want me to air it out? Okay.
Well, yeah, tell me what we're going to see in the lobby.
Give us a little early sneak peek here.
There will be like portraits of everybody in cast and crew, or at least like main ensemble and cast, and the directors. There will be like. Hey, so it's really funny. I kind of like haven't seen the lobby design in a hot minute, so I kind of forgot what it looks like.
It's going to be like a party rock castle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's the show is the design kind of aesthetic that we've gone with is
He's.
Oh.
You want to say hi?
I'd grab the headphones if I were you.
he's kind of a monster.
That was Cooper Sherritt, our newest special guest.
All right, he just stole some glasses, guys.
There are a lot
anyway.
of silhouettes and like gold like plated designs.
Very
if I
fancy,
remember.
like you guys said again.
Yeah.
Very, very fancy.
It's medieval rock concert, so it's neon lights and lots of color, lots of changing, but also to this. It's on a stone background, like a stone backdrop. So we'll have some portraits that'll kind of feel like a hall of royals in the lobby when you first walk in, and then the stage is what would happen if you turned a castle into a rock venue.
Right.
So,
That's so cool.
super fun.
So other than the stage, what have you guys turned this area into?
We made stairs.
Oh
Made
yeah.
stairs for the first time.
Whoa.
Talk about that. Tell us about that.
Marley Lane.
Marley.
Marley Lane.
She's our walk-on coach here. So
yes.
she is our theater coach here at Ayala.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So for the first time ever, Ayala NPR/theater has stairs in the middle of the stage. They're big. They're painted black. They're sturdy, I hope.
Yeah.
No, they are. They are. Marley promised me no one would die.
That's all we ask for. That's our bottom line. We just don't want anyone to die.
And
If no one dies at the end of a show, we've done our job.
Yeah, and we've gotten close, but we have never killed anybody. Round of applause.
It's the stairs' fault. No one is liable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one is liable. Sweet.
And that's such a small thing. Like we say, we built a set of stairs that go off the front of the stage. But because we're in an NPR, it's such a wide space
Yeah.
that when the kids have parts where, we're going to spoil alert, when the kids have parts where they go into the audience
Yeah.
for like parts of their choreography or parts of the show, they have to run off the side of the stage
Yeah.
and then run around to the front of the stage and then run up the middle of the
Yeah.
audience. And by the time they've done that, they already have to turn around and go back on stage.
Right.
Yeah.
So having stairs that take them right down into the audience, right off the front of the stage.
So much more relieving for them.
Yeah, and they get to spend more time in the audience, again, trying to bring the concert that's happening on stage into the audience so it feels like a genuine concert.
Sweet.
So fun. So,
Awesome. And so when you brought up about how six is normally a 6-person cast, and I heard there's males in here. What is the official cast and ensemble? I heard you guys are doing an ensemble.
Yes.
Give us more of the juicy stuff.
We're supposed to be performing at the rally in May, and we were talking about doing an ensemble number for the rally. But we were like, no, I think we're going to keep it just the Six Wives, because there is a moment in the show. The show goes on with just the Six Wives for the first couple numbers, and then there's a moment where the curtain opens, and then the ensemble is on stage with them. And I kind of want the audience to be like surprised by that.
Yeah.
They're going to know the moment they walk into the lobby and see everyone's headshots that there's an ensemble, and they're going to be like, how many sixes are these? Like, 6 times what? Like, but I think it's going to be really fun. We have a dance ensemble. So we have a dance troupe that dances alongside the queens. And then
yeah. Anyway, as you were saying,
keep going. Go play.
No, bottle down.
So we have a dance ensemble, and we also have a vocal ensemble as well.
Awesome.
Dance ensemble accompanies some of the songs, not all of them. Same with vocal ensemble, and vocal ensemble is in the back on risers singing and also doing, some cute little
dances.
Awesome. And did you guys get the costumes? Did you guys handmade them? Did you guys rent them?
We bought them.
We bought these costumes.
Yes.
Oh, how do they look?
They're actually really nice. Like we had the original show dates got moved, so we had like a whole week to ourselves where there was like nobody in the NPR, so that was basically our like mini tech week. And we got to run rehearsals with like the costumes, and I was like, wait, these costumes look so good.
Really spent the most of the whole budget. We spent the most on just the costumes.
Really?
They're amazing.
Are you guys gonna have like a display after the show's over? Be like, look at these costumes.
What's funny
That's a good idea.
is I did consider because we like to display at the end of every show, like the poster from the show, the banner from the show. But I thought after this, I was like, we should really start focusing on costume design more.
Oh yeah.
Because it would be really fun to put mannequins out. And do our end of the year showcase and showcase like the costumes that we did.
It's a good idea.
The props that we used, like some of the set flats that we've used.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Pause real quick if we can.
And I think it's really fun because our costumes aren't even like fully done yet. Like they look great even if we haven't even done any most of the
they're gonna look
alterations.
greater from here.
Because we still have like a lot of ideas for the costuming. So I feel like they'll look really, really good once we get on stage.
Awesome.
You need to.
And I do have a question regarding costumes. Would you guys say that these are the best costumes out of all the musicals you guys have done?
Oh yeah.
From what I'm hearing, if half the budget's going to the costumes, they better look really good.
Yeah, they do. Usually I can say, oh, well, we kind of just like thrifted them and most of the shows that we do, it's easy to find the costumes for because it's streetwear or it's streetwear from, I think the farthest back we've had to go so far is like the 50s.
Yeah.
So it's been really easy to do a show, or the 20s, I guess, was
the 20s.
That goes wrong.
What about Peter Pan? Well, that's like fantastical.
Yeah.
It's just like Wendy and the boys.
Peter Pan was easy to find because it was...
They're nightgowns. Never mind.
Sorry. Peter Pan was semi-easy because it was costumes that like you could buy at a Halloween store.
Yeah.
But these ones, I mean, they have to look medieval, but also like a pop concert outfit, like what a pop star wears on stage. And so we were like, if we're going to spend money on something for the show, since the set is so minimal and we have most of the materials for the set already, let's just go all out on the costumes.
Yeah.
Let's devote most of our budget to that, which has never been the case in the show.
Right.
The costumes have always been kind of an afterthought. Like the set's usually been the most expensive thing that we work on, or the rights for the show are the most expensive thing. So we found a good budget for those.
Right.
We spent almost $0 on the set because we just reused material that we had. Then we spent a pretty penny on the costumes. But a pretty penny for the Ayala Theater Company is not a pretty penny for most people.
Yeah.
Our pretty pennies are much smaller than other people's pretty pennies. But still, I mean, we're a program that's completely self-funded. So
Right.
it's every dollar that I spend or that I pitch to the boosters, I'm very cognizant that we have to recoup that in ticket sales.
Yeah.
So we try really hard to appoint money to things that we know will have a good return. And for this show, the costumes are the most important return.
And speaking about, costumes and budgeting, for that, as you're saying, the costume is normally the last thought. Question about the set. So I've never seen the 6 set. I don't know if they have a set or if it's just like a background. If you could give us more, details on how the set kind of looks.
You want to talk about Broadway first?
Yeah, I mean, Broadway's pretty simple,
Yeah.
right?
If I'm being honest, when I was like researching, because I also designed the set for our musical, I was like, wow, there's not a lot off to go of, because the Broadway set is very much just a lot of like risers, or it's mostly based off of like the tech and the lighting of what the set, that's what makes the set on Broadway, is the lighting and how it's designed. But especially since our stage is very minimal and we have to make the best that we can with the set, I think designing it was like really fun. Am I allowed to talk about what it looks like?
Yes, absolutely. Go for it.
So the idea that we were going for was it would be basically like a chapel or a castle that the queens just decided to like throw their concert at, basically. And I think it looks really good because it's like, imagine those medieval cathedrals in the stained glass.
Right.
So can I talk about the lights?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just don't want to leak anything.
Go crazy.
Within like, there's like 6 windows because there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
They have these lights in them that will change colors according to like the songs or the queens that are on stage. There's going to be like this, it's going to come to like a point where it's just like the main cathedral part.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good ideas here, and I'm very excited for how the set will turn out.
Sweet. And
I was shushing Josh, by the way, not what you. I wasn't going, shh, don't give any more away.
But if you guys listen to this, there's billions of reasons to watch it, and there's 0 reasons not to go come and see 16th edition at Ayala High School. And if you don't mind giving the dates again on when you guys open and when you guys close.
Yes, it is May 15th, 16th, and 17th. That is a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday. We have 7 o'clock shows on all of those dates, and then a 2 p.m. matinee on the Saturday show. It's a pretty quick run time. I mean, it's less than 75 minutes start to finish. So if you don't have all night, I know sometimes we look at musicals like an all-night commitment. Mm-hmm. If you've just got an hour and a half, we would love to have you there. They have worked. They have worked so hard. We're probably going to have to edit this part out.
He coughed milk on me.
Yeah.
And then fell on Michaela Allen. It was a sight.
He's kind of a monstrous child, this one. It's been such a it's been a labor of love. Like, not everything has gone right. Aiden mentioned, I think it was Aiden that mentioned that our show dates got moved. Yeah. Like, we had originally requested licensing for last week, and that got denied. There's always, if I've learned anything in my time as a theater teacher, it's that it's not going to go the way that you plan it to. No matter how prepared you are, something is going to go wrong.
Absolutely.
And so it's been really, oddly enough, it's been really fun kind of addressing the challenges, working collaboratively with the students to figure out what works for them, and then watching it come together even when it doesn't go well or when it doesn't go perfect. I feel the most comfortable about the show that I've ever felt. Like, I feel very prepared. I feel like if someone said today, do the musical right now, a month before we're supposed to put it on, I would be like, 100%, let's do it. So they're killing it. They're doing such a good job. I'm so proud. Fun fact, I wasn't actually supposed to be the theater teacher this year. They were supposed to hire a new theater teacher just because, I've got young kids in the background of the podcast. Like, this is a young woman's game. Like, I think it's hard balancing everything and being the theater teacher.
Yeah.
So when they told me I was going to be the theater teacher, I was like, well, got to go out with a bang. Like, got to go out with something that's going to leave a mark. And so to do this for, every year, now it's going to be potentially my last show. I'll never know if they're going to hire a new theater teacher until they've hired the person. So if this is the last thing I do, like what a splendid way to go out like this. And I think for the seniors, that resonates as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
the seniors that left last year on Mamma Mia, like what a great way to go. I think we got to recreate that this year. And it's funny because I feel like I'm starting to get better at doing the musicals than I am the plays. So I think that might be an indication that
that's great.
The musicals maybe need a more prominent fixture at Ayala.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm being slowly converted from a play girly to a musical girly. I love it.
This year might be your last year.
But I said it last year and it didn't happen. So we
We'll
all
see how it plays
say
out.
it's my last year, and then we kind of giggle. We're like, it's Miss S's last year.
Yeah.
We'll see. Like probably not, but we'll see.
Well, that's one way to leave them mark. And I appreciate you all coming out here. And if you guys are listening, don't forget to come see 16th edition at Ayala High School. I am your host, Georgia Haddad, and you guys are listening to Steps to the Stage, Drama Department.
Thanks for listening to Steps to the Stage, Drama Department, a 7th Street Community Theater podcast. Follow us on your favorite podcast platform and leave us a review and a 5-star rating. You can also follow us on Instagram or Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Special thanks to Chino Community Theater and Chino Community Children's Theater for their generous support. Steps to the Stage was created by Joey Rice and Kirk Lane. Logo created by Marley Lane. Original music by Joey Rice and Devon. Your host and producer, Giorgio Haddad. Engineer and producer, Joey Rice. Engineer and executive producer, Kirk Lane.